Welcome, you
Yay!
guys. Officially, welcome to the Mundo Reggae radio show. Volume 2 interview and Volume 2 of Kiss, Cuddle, and Torture. Volume 1 with
Yes.
Nubia, my queen, my king. Welcome to the Mundo Reggae radio show. I'm so excited to welcome you guys.
We're so excited to be here with you.
Thank you. It's the first time on video with you.
Yep.
Our first and last interview was in 2017,
God, hasn't it gone
15.
quick, girl?
Yeah, we were introducing the Kiss, Cuddle, and Torture Volume 1 and talking about so many details about it, how you started loving reggae music, being a rebel, and enjoying creating music.
Yep.
You talk about how the band started. For those who haven't listened to that recording, it's still there, Mixcloud of Mundo Reggae Show. It was a session 64, 65, I think. And we now are on the session 190, so it's been a while.
Go on, girl.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
We're doing well. We were talking about you have it almost ready in that time, this Volume 2 of Kiss, Cuddle, and Torture.
Yes, it took a little while to come out, actually, because our Mexican padres, Gran on the artists, I just wanted them to do the second album, and it was so hard to get hold of them again. And they were on their rebel missions with the what are they called? The Mexican bandit, like rebels.
The Zapatistas.
The black masks. Huh?
The Zapatistas.
Yes, he's off with all them, and so it's just so hard to get hold of him. So everything was slightly delayed, even though the music was actually finished. But the artwork was so important to me to use that I want the same art. You know, I've just got he's a graffiti artist. We got a good thing with him. It works between us. So I didn't want to not do that again. So I had to wait for them to be around to get this, and it just took so long.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
Yes. Yeah, totally worth it. He's tremendous artist from Mexico. He has the first cover inside outside of the art of the Volume 1 of Kiss, Cuddle, and Torture.
Oh, they're brilliant. I love him and his crew are great. Just fit us like a glove. Just fit. You know, we're left field. They're left field. Fantastic.
It's fantastic creation. We were talking on those times. It was gonna be a yellow printed, and it's yellow, super pretty yellow.
Yep.
I want to give thanks, of course, for keeping the promise of creating the Volume 2 on yellow. I hope the red and the black coming soon too. And keeping the promise,
green.
Of course.
We've done the red. The red's behind you.
The red behind me. Yeah. I have the colors upside down because we've
done half the album. The next album, it's half done. I'm since COVID, I've just gone right. There's no shows. I'm gonna just get this album done. You know, I'm even like, I want to speak to the artist now and just start going, right, let's just work on it now, because it'll take 4 months. You know,
working hard.
Just working hard non-stop.
COVID, how the COVID is taking you guys since the beginning. How's been up there?
Oh, I don't know. It was. It was. I feel like it was a much needed time for a lot of us to remember some of the things that are most important, the people we love, and you know, the things that make us work. But also, as an artist, I felt like it was like this horrific cage, and like I felt like because we weren't being stimulated by like normal life, like everything felt like the most strained and slow, and it was almost like it was too confusing. I don't know how to explain it, but it was really nice spending some time at home, but it was quite difficult, like a lot of us, to watch so much hard work that we'd all pushed for vanish into thin air because of obviously venues not being open anymore. Then we watched like the ladder of gigs being cancelled. We watch how that affects everything from like, you know, even distribution and how records are being sold, to even like being able to get space to publicize the work. there's a real knock-on effect with everything. So it was like a weird thing of like, oh, this is great, I'm going to eat food and I'm going to walk around like I've got loads of time, this is awesome. But then at the other half of it, I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? We've just worked so hard for so much stuff and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. So it was a really weird, like, I don't know, parallel situation. I don't know.
Well, you know, you have to perform live to push the record, you know what I mean, to like promote it and to get it to people who've never heard it, and you know, and people go home and go, oh, I want to buy it now, you know, when they go to see you. But you know, we haven't had that, so it's been a bit shit.
Yeah, lots of
depressing some days, really depressing.
After so many years performing live, and how long you have been part of the band is from the beginning?
No, I think technically this Gripper kind of cooked a lot of this idea up like when I was born. So it's like technically the ideas strained of like I want to do this and that were like coming out then, you know, but then he hadn't formed a band then or anything like that. It was like
I was an engineer for like 15 years in a studio, you know, so I'd never had time to go and it was just like, what a band, well, that's scary. But going on stage, oh my God, that's going to be scary. But honestly, I absolutely love it. I could be talking to someone, bosh, straight on stage. Not like, you know, I'm not a singer, so I don't have to like warm up and start getting into that thing. You know, I'm just jumping around playing keyboards and doing some stupid stuff. But I just love being on stage. Absolutely love it. So it's been crap not having that all summer, you know. We really wanted to do all the festivals. We had a really big festival in England, which we got, you know, just a massive one for me and us and the band, and we just didn't want it. I don't even know if we're allowed to say the name yet, because we might get it next year, you see, and it's all like secret festival business. But yeah, just dying to get on stage and even get rehearsing with the band and get the new stuff, you know, sorted and stuff.
You guys have any rituals before performing, or any routine as a band or individually to go on stage?
If we feel like it's going to be a good night, you normally feel it when you're in the venue. This is going to be good tonight. You can normally just feel it. No, sometimes you're like, oh, this might be really difficult.
What's your like ritual? Like,
no, but normally we all just like.
I have a ritual. What's yours?
What's your ritual?
I smoke weed.
Yeah, because you've got so much
energy. What do you do? I have so much energy. I have to calm down with a spliff. You see, I'm like.
So you need some indica to calm down.
What do you do? You do all your warm-ups, don't you?
Yeah, I'll have warmed up and sound check, I'll have rested it. I drink loads of miso soup, loads of it. It's really good for your voice. And then I like have to be like separate from everyone for a little bit, because I get really like not anxious, like I'm afraid to go on stage, but just like, and then I'll listen to like really loud music for like half an hour, and usually it'll be something the polar opposite to what I'm playing, or even once I remember going through a phase where I listened to what's she called? Is it Maya Levy, the composer? She did a bunch of film scores, but they were really melancholy. But for some reason, I just like loved it, and it just gave me this mood. Or like, I really love classical music, or I listen to a lot of trap. So I just felt like I'd listen to something that just gave me a lot of, you know, when you're on a bus or a train or something, and you're listening to music, and you're just like in this like world in your head. And that's what I like, that feeling, because it makes me feel like just adding on to that feeling when I'm on stage. But some nights are different. Some are so weird, like, I don't think that, like, you know, when your friends come to your gigs and stuff, they realize how it's really nice, but it's sometimes a bit like off-putting. Like, I've been in situations where, you know, your friends are there and they're excited and it's a bit too much, and because in their head it's not really like this is your job, you know what I mean, like, you know, that you have to concentrate, like, so you get on stage and you're like, it's like yeah, it's really intense. It's like having a really intense birthday sometimes, like, you know.
So you need to chill out a little bit before performing.
I can't be stoned on it. I can't like smoke and play on stage ever. Like, it makes me too.
When afterwards,
I get to. I'm not like in the room. Like I'm too like. Yeah, I'm speaking with myself too much. You know, like I have to be like. I don't know. It doesn't let me be flamboyant.
Drink does, though, doesn't it? A bit of drink.
Yeah, but I don't like to do that anymore. Yeah.
So what's your history or your background as a singer?
Oh, I was late in the game. I originally went to, I wanted to be a prima ballerina when I was a kid. And I studied the Royal English Ballet syllabus back at home. And then I had this huge growth spurt when I was when I was 14. I just became this really tall woman. It was insane. And it's really hard as an athlete to like grab a hold of yourself when your body is changing like that. So I realized at some point that I didn't have what it took to get to that next level as an athlete. And then I've always been like, I loved music so much to my core. And when I was younger, I even used to go to a lot of nights purely to buy like 45s so that I could get, and it was mainly things like Northern Soul. I grew up listening to things like punk, so The Clash and Stiff Little Fingers, Bauhaus, Joy Division, all that kind of stuff. Well, Joy Division and post-punk, but you know what I'm saying. And there's, and also garage rock and stuff like that. So I used to go to all these dances where it'd be like, you know, the Northern Soul with the talcum powder on the floor, they do all the spins and all this crazy stuff.
It's an English thing, Northern Soul.
It was basically in the 70s, a bunch of DJs went over to the States and picked all of the records on the shelves that were like blacklisted. They were all shelved. And they were all Motown songs, and they brought them back. And all of these clubs in the north of England were like, they started playing them, people dance like with this crazy dance where they're flipping and like doing splits on the floor.
Like a bit of breakdancing before breakdancing came out.
It was really phenomenal. So like, I really got into that and like mod culture. And then I think when I was like, 15, and then I started to, I was listening to more reggae, but I was never really that interested in, I really liked Bob Marley, but it wasn't like my like, oh, this makes me, for me, it was like, Aswad in the earlier days, not the horrible stuff they did in the 90s, but the great stuff they did in the late 70s and early 80s. And, Prince Buster was my style icon when I was a kid. I think it was the style of a lot of these men. It was so dapper. And so I started buying their clothes and like wanted to dress in this very 60s like mod and like colonial like Jamaican kind of way. And so I was like started listening to more music. I got into it. The woman I sort of call my godmom is like, she was really into it, and she's kind of like she was a London socialite in the 80s, and she was in my ear about, you're going to be a London girl, you're going to go down there. And so she taught me a lot about stuff like that. So it's like, so that's how I got into the reggae. But
and
with
Chapel
singing,
Town's round the corner, Irish Steppers.
Yeah. But then, sorry, I went way off key then. I basically finishing dance, I was like, I really was getting into music, and then I did some lessons with this Norwegian singer who had such an amazing voice, and she and her partner, I started singing with her, and then she took me to a gig and she got me to sing with her. And then when I got off, she'd signed like this papers for me to go to the Leeds Conservatoire or Leeds College of Music. And I just went there and I did jazz. And then I just kind of like went on the road after that, basically. And that was it. That was my introduction. I had like 2 months to learn like the basics of like grades 1 to 4 like theory. It was horrible. I hated it. But yeah, that was my introduction to music. It's very quick like that.
Quick and permanent. Now you're part of a full band. You have side projects. I think many of you guys on the band have side projects and side works on music, and together you just have a nice connection that evolves so much parts of music and styles of music from the background of each of so many. I see so many faces in this cover.
Yeah, so you got the two horn players, Lucas and Rory, who are from Chainscar Brassica. They play on all of our records. And then there's Leon, the guitarist, who's also in the Drop, and he plays with Natty. And Dan also sings in the Drop. And then Nubia was in Nubian Twist and us. And then Lorenzo, the bass player, on the left there. And then my big man from Miami, Corey, the 6'7" rapper, and the best drummer in England, Craig, right in the middle. He's an amazing drummer. Love him to bits, that lad. We're all just good friends, you know. That's how I've always wanted the band. It's not paid higher, you know, like paying people to, you know, we're in it for the long run, and we're all, you know, it's tough times sometimes, but it's you know, we're trying. We've got these 4 volumes to do, you know, and we're going to do loads of other stuff as well, me and Nubia, and other projects, and you know, we've got stuff to do.
Many stuff to do as HEMPOLICS, as individuals. This is an amazing work together. How's the process of creation? You as a music engineer create some bases. We talked a little bit in the last interview about it, but when you become creative,
trying to get the first album, I sort of pretty much wrote a lot of it, like the music, so before like a lot of people were involved in it. But the second album, I've got like 3 of the band members. I've got them to do a song. So Play On is the song we've done as a band. Played it live and then said, let's record it now. Yeah. It's ready to record.
You then create something, you know, makes that into like a piece in itself, like just one small motif or whatever. Yeah. And but it all comes from him. I feel like that's a really archaic way of doing it. Like,
you're the only woman in this band.
I've not actually. I would love to work with. I've only played once with a woman who's a trombonist. That's the only time that I can recall. But no, I do. You know what I mean? And that's quite endearing and very sweet. I have huge hair. I've always had huge hair. It's always been my thing, right? And people, like, when you're doing something or you're getting ready, like, I hated bringing up things like this, like, oh, guys and girls things, but like, I know it's gonna happen one day. That's gonna be epic.
Favorite song. If we have to review the album, I would have to start with so much.
You're the first person that said that. That's crazy.
I know.
I just love that tune. Like Agrippa will start sending me the releases as they come to promote and stuff, and every time I will say, oh, this is my favorite on the album, and this is gonna be my favorite on the.
You know, I've been through a lot of hardships. My mum's had an incredibly of vulnerabilities. A lot of it's about a shadow of me that was almost a weight that sat on my chest, and that's what the song is. The first verse is figuratively speaking about this person, and you know, I found it funny how I immediately lyricked it. I found that quite, realised I'd done it. But yeah, being really upset.
It's justice to the lyrics. It's a really nice art. I will say double album again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing this story, not only on the album, also here on this interview. What other messages we can find in this volume 2 besides In the Enemy?
Yeah, it was actually just like, yeah, voice. It was really nice to hear his voice on it. It was fat. The beat was like something that I would definitely have like danced to in a venue, or like, you know, I don't know, it was just wicked. I just loved it. It was like not too emotional.
It's got a bit of Mexican in that beat. It got a thing, I think, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think it was one of the last ones we did, and I just straight away it was like, this is the last song. Oh my god, we have to finish with this song. As soon as it was done, you know, I just knew it had to be at the end of the album.
Would you say that's your favorite too, or do you have any other favorite?
I love Forever as well. The song called Forever. It's like
Blue's favorite.
It's a male love song, which you don't really get many of them nowadays. It just still, I've heard it so many times from making it and wherever, but it still brings the hairs up on my neck. The emotion of it, the feeling of love it gives me. Yeah, and I played the bass on it. And I did the beat, and I don't normally play the bass, so I was quite chuffed. And it's a really weird bass because I'm not really good at playing it. So it came out good. I love it. I just like that track. It's not too reggae, it's more soul-y, I suppose, but you know, we're from England, it's all got a bit of reggae, but we try to cross it over a bit, because that's how we're brought up. We're brought up with all different things, aren't we, in a way, and influences, and you know, dance.
So much influences. One of the songs that have like so much answer and good feedback on the show is Get It Right, because it creates some kind of different vibe in the Hempolics, and it has so many influence. Tell me about the history of Get It Right.
So Get It Right I wrote that with the guy Lee Stephen Kenny, LSK he's called, that's his sort of nickname. He's from Leeds as well, where Nubia's from. So he came up with this chorus, like, you know, with a little bit of love, you can get it right. And then he did these verses, but they were slower verses. So then me and Dan got in the studio and we wrote them faster, like a lot more lyrics. We used some of his lyrics, but then we made more lyrics. And I just wanted it 70s, like third world. That was the sort of vibe I was sort of going for, this 70s third world, like slightly cheesy, but we tried to, you know, still do it cool a little bit, but it's on the verge of cheese, but third world could do that, you know, and that's what I wanted to see if I could do that. We could do that. So we did that, yeah, and it's just, you know, we need a bit of love, you know, we can get it right. All the politicians, the whole, you know, that's what we're trying to say, really.
We need to get it right, and we need to dance it up. I remember we finished our last interview with the classic question of Mundo Reggae, that it is like, if you were being listened or heard right now by any human alive in this planet, what would be your message? And your answer was dance and enjoy, and don't get trapped on the system. Yeah. And this song kind of remind me to that end of the interview. Nubia, if you were gonna be listening right now by any human being alive, what would be your message in these times?
Oh. Don't know if
Get it right.
Of course you are. You've got every answer.
I guess, like, I think that what I want to say, we're in the birth of such a big re-education around the world about race and politics, and how the system is actually formed, and all of its like meticulous criterias that make us in situations as individuals. I think it's really important that we listen to other people's stories that are completely different from our own, to really understand how we can better communicate some of the big discussions that are going on at the minute. I'm not going to ask people to dance. I'm not going to tell you to be kind.
Do you enjoy dancing?
Already. But yeah, I think that don't be too afraid to be humble when you're re-educating yourself. You don't have to get everything right the first time around. Like, one of the big messages that I feel like Malcolm X never gets a massive round of applause from, in my opinion. I'm not saying it doesn't, but when he traveled, you know, to a lot of different countries in the Middle East, all, and he came back and he said, you know, I was wrong. I can call, you know, the white man my brother, you know. And it was that moment that he showed publicly that, like, okay, I was wrong about that, and that's fine. And he pushed forward, and I felt that that was one of the most positive things that he ever did. It was really beautiful. So I feel like people should be doing that right now.
Love each other, respect each other.
Yes.
Yeah. One passport, no borders. That's what I believe. Star Trek style, you know. Just what is all this about? Christ. We can't help where we're born, in which places we're born. It should be a whole free world, and stop killing all the animals like for like nothing. That's what I think. Let's respect more animals as well.
Respect any alive.
Yeah, exactly.
In this,
we've all got spirits. We all go to the universe at the end.
We all full of surprises. We have to respect each other.
Yeah.
Tell me about Full of Surprises. How you guys decide how to drop each single or before dropping the album? Is something you guys decide together or just comes
All a bit
out?
madness.
No,
It's a bit
all of
stone madness. When we get videos finished, when we get artwork finished, you know, it's our own record label now, so you know, we're trying to do it ourselves and
Yeah.
all that side of it as well.
I mean,
so.
yeah, there's not really like a majestic answer to that. It's more of just like we put it out when we get told, yeah, you've got to put the video out next week. That's the main thing. It's the label or whatever, you know. You've got a timeline.
Hopefully, we're gonna have volume 3 by next year. That's what I want, you know.
Yeah.
But we got In the Night video to come. Hopefully it's coming out today.
All right. Hopefully we can just expect for it later today or this weekend, because I especially love HEMPOLICS videos. How's the creation of these videos?
Oh God.
Well,
you know, we have like help.
my son's a cameraman, so he does a lot of the camera work. So I sort of help.
Not the first ones, you can tell. No, like Gripper's got like such a specific.
I edit. I like editing them. I edit the videos. I love doing all the edits. Yeah.
I can always tell. Like, you know what? Even now, I can always tell in the editing process which shot Gripper has done. Like, he just loves going mad with the camera. It's like his energy is just in his hands, and he's going mental. It's so funny.
No, but my, you know, respect to my son. He helps me a lot. And In the Night, him and Newbie have done this whole video between them two. We don't have any budgets. We do it all with no money. We just have, you know, we have the work ethic. That's it. We just work at it and think of something and go think of something we can do where to include money and do it.
Where was recorded this video coming out?
Huh?
Where was recorded this video coming out?
Oh, in LA, in Joshua Tree. I was visiting family and in LA, and you know, we drove out. I wanted to see the desert. I'd never been in the desert before, so I was just like, it's only like, you know, I was staying in like Silver Lake, and you know, it was not that far away. It's only like a few hours. I was like, yes. So we went and I stayed, and you know, we filmed it out there. It was such a beautiful place. It was incredible. But yeah.
And a couple of extra shots with green screen in a car in Peckham, pretending to be in LA, right?
Looking forward to see and compare.
Still getting effects done now. Oh no, it's out now.
We're gonna enjoy that video. What's the funniest part, or what's the funniest process for you guys? Like, if it's creating the videos, it's being on stage, being on studio. What's the most enjoyable or funny part of being part of the HEMPOLICS?
Oh, yeah, I really just being on stage is amazing.
Stage when you get a good crowd and they get your music. And you just feel so good afterwards. It's just like all the shit is worth it.
Yeah.
All that shit, all the other shit. Just when you're on stage and you've just smashed it, and every band member's done it well. You know, maybe I haven't, but everyone else has. And then you just feel so good afterwards. You're buzzing. Yeah.
The interaction with the people, with all the
showing,
vibes
exactly.
together.
Showing our music, showing our talent, showing our art, all our work, and being proud of it. Most importantly, I suppose, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
You guys planning any virtual rehearsal, virtual?
Oh God, I can't really stand any of that. That sort of stuff. But yeah, there's been talk of doing a gig on the roof here. Like, I've got a bit of flat stuff on this roof. And we were thinking of doing something here, but we haven't quite got around to it yet. Getting the videos done, you know, and writing new songs. I've had the studio bug, so I've been back down in the studio getting loads of stuff done. So we've got a new song, what Nubia's already done amazing melody for. We call it 120 BPM, don't we? But we don't know the name of the title yet, but it's wicked. Horseman on drums. Yeah, and just this like slightly scarry Ethiopian-y sort of like thing, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Like melody
Sounds
thing.
great.
Anyway, Nubia's done this really funky, like fresh melody, and I don't know about the lyrics yet, but that's the next thing we're going to record together.
Yeah, I've done the lyrics.
Next week. Oh, you done it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, ready to record. Tracks mixed, the backing tracks mixed, ready. So it's literally record the vocal, bosh, done. I'm trying to decide what we want to put. Some new sevens, you know. The new thing is put a song out every month to keep it going. So we're trying to maybe do that as well.
Yeah.
Song a month, bring stuff out, try to get videos as well for them, quick videos, and have fun.
Keep having
push
fun.
Push on, you know. You only live once. You have to live your dream. So we're trying to live our dream, even though sometimes it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
What's the worst part then of being the HEMPOLICS? Was the nightmare part?
Well, the nightmare part in any sort of band, independent band, is not having, you know, a lot of work for no pay, you know. Like, not much pay. Like, you know, we don't, you know, our summers, our gigs, and when that isn't happening, you have a few gigs, but PPL, PRS, you know, try to get an advert. That's what you get paid with nowadays. Adidas, Nike, or some.
What's the worst part? What do you reckon?
Huh?
What do you reckon is the worst part?
Trying to get rehearsals down. Trying to like,
because everyone lives everywhere.
Yeah, everyone, you know, people all different. You know, we're all, you know, what it's like trying to be a musician in any world. Unless your family and parents are loaded, where you don't have to pay your rent, then, you know, most of the time you have to have a second job. You know, and that half the time that ends up taking over your life, because you have to make things meet. You know, so that's the hardest part, I think, is juggling the other side of the world, you know, the other side of your life, sort of thing. The money side, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And like, God, fucking hell, we've done that. We thought, you know, this is a great, you know, where's the, you know, just skint. It's been skint. But happy, we're happy, you know, we're always happy, and you know, you plod on, but having no dollars, hard, isn't it?
So much things behind the production of not only a song, like the production of a band, of a setup to go live and direct, so much work behind. That's why I love doing these interviews, so people get to know more the behind and really appreciate more the works, because it's a lot of work. It's not only we or you guys sharing your passion and your talent.
Yeah.
It becomes so much more. How's been, you think it's been different to release an album under pandemic vibes than in a regular time? Is had affected to the market for HEMPOLICS?
Yeah, I think it has, hasn't it? We haven't been able to go on the radio, go down to the BBC like we did on the first album. So, you know, that gets a lot of, being on radio gets you Spotify plays for sure. It goes over to Spotify. People finish the radio and go to Spotify and listen to the song, you know, or YouTube or something. So
wonderful music you guys create as the HEMPOLICS. I wish you have like so much gigs coming up for the next year when everything comes not back to regular, but better than regular, you know. Like, I hope you guys enjoy more than ever coming back to stage. I hope you guys can finally come and present both albums to Mexico.
Oh man, we'd love to. It's what we want to do. We want to get to this, across the Atlantic now. You know, we're getting sick of England, Germany, and, you know, sort of Europe, and it'd be lovely to.
I'd love to. I'd love to be over there. If you book us, we shall come. That would be great.
Looking forward for that visit.
We'll have to work it out. We're gonna have to work it out somehow.
Yeah, hopefully stages
South America,
are open
Central
soon.
America. Yeah, exactly. You know.
But besides everything, all the craziness going around the world, you guys haven't stopped creating music, and I have to give thanks for that. I have to congratulate you guys for keeping it going, for releasing this album under pandemic vibes, because people need this. Of course, people need this contact we're having right now. From my perspective, this video call right now is so well needed. Not only to promote this album, to get you to know more about the HEMPOLICS, people from the Reggae Radio Show. In the name of all the fans of HEMPOLICS and the new fans of HEMPOLICS, I give thanks for you to non-stop creating music. And to take time, of course.
Lulu, we love you, Lulu.
I love you guys so much. I'm here ripping as a proper fan of HEMPOLICS from Tijuana,
You're the best, top DJ.
I love you guys so much, and I appreciate your time for the Mundo Reggae Radio Show.
Thank you.
You guys have 2 months since the release of the album officially, and there's more works coming, this video coming this weekend, and more works individually. In Gripa, you were telling me that you have a remix of Toots 2 coming up.
Yeah, we've done a version of Toots, a Toots song, which, we did it about 3-4 months ago. So I just want to get Nubia to do with like a new verse, a whole new lyric on it maybe, but anyway, we'll get her in the studio and see. But the music's done, it's there, ready. It's a it's a cover of Night and Day, which is me and Nubia's favourite Toot song, isn't it?
Yeah,
love the song. So that's what hopefully we're dropping on vinyl.
Hopefully to give some tribute to the man.
Yeah, exactly, and just how good, amazing he was. And we were going to do the last tour in the UK in next June with him. It was all booked in with us, Brixton, Bristol, Manchester and Leeds. And, sad. So we knew he was ill, we knew, but you just hoped he was going to pull out of it. COVID got him. Flip.
Yeah, like a lot of people in the world, so it's real. People stay safe, people be careful, and like it doesn't cost nothing to be careful and take care of each other, right?
Wash them hands.
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face too much if you touch exterior things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And hopefully, if we keep the discipline, we get to see HEMPOLICS soon everywhere around the world.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much too.
Time. All right, just send your greetings to Mexican family and the Mundo Reggae people enjoying this volume 2 of the album, and present to us, please, your next tune coming up with video.
All right, we've got In the Night.
What?
Yeah, that's
I thought
what
you were going to say.
No.
You're supposed to say goodbye, Mexico, we love you.
Oh, sorry.
Mexico, we love you. Proper people.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Respect as well, It is, man. Mexico got proper people. Artists and just all sorts of coolness. It's a huge country, and it's just I don't know, just love it. I've been there once.
Just say bye.
I know. Mexico, we love you. From the HEMPOLICS, tune in to Mundo Reggae Show with our girl, Sister Lulu, on the 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
Big up to Sister Lulu and the Mundo Reggae Show, all the way from Mexico, where the sun shines and the cactuses are eaten. Yeah, I love cactus. Oh my God, it was banging.
Oh my God.
But
here's a little song to say goodbye. Thank you so much for having us. We've been the HEMPOLICS. This is our next song coming up with a brand new video we shot on your side of the water in LA. This is it, In the Night.
In the night, I whisper to you, and I feel the need to hold you. I know your story's changed, 'cause your love runs deeper than the cold, and the cold holds me through the night. stories change, 'cause your love runs deeper than the cold, and the cold holds me through the night. The night is a beautiful road that I wear, wrapped in your shadow's light. For he says, my songbird, you are so beautiful, so beautiful. You are the shore, I am the sea. In the night, I whisper to you, and I feel no need to hold you. I know my story's changed,